I've just been absent because, well, I was sick for a little while, and then I didn't really have anything to say, or, I don't know, my videos I think are pretty unentertaining, but I'm not really on here to seem intellectual or something. I think it's more just about me telling the future me how I was now. It snowed yesterday, and I'm pretty mad at myself for not catching that footage a little bit. So forgive me. And it was like these big, chunky flakes. And, you know, the first snow you see all year is always exciting. And I was very happy that didn't stick. So I know what snow is. I know all too well about scraping off your car and shoveling out the sidewalk and the parking spaces and all that. But in the city, I haven't really had to deal with this yet. For some reason, it hasn't snowed that much, except for once. Last year, it snowed kind of heavy, but I didn't have to move my car at the time because I never drove. And now that I've moved to this more of a neighborhood area, I'm really scared if it snows. I hear horror stories about people shoveling out spots and then putting like cones and like boards and all this stuff so you can't park there, which isn't really legal. I mean, we don't have parking spots that are our own. But it also kind of sucks if you spend hours shoveling out a spot and then someone else comes and takes it. So I don't want to deal with that whole fighting over parking spots thing. Not that I drive too often anyway, but that could be a horror story. Horrible. A horrible / horror story, the new word of the day for NIF, is horrible. 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 That was horrible. That's a good one. Horrible. Horrible. Dictionary.com. Let's see here. Horrible. Horrible. Full of horror. Oh. No results for horrible. Horrible. Interesting. No results for horrible. There is. Let's see. Dictionary.com. There is horrorful, errorful, sorrowful, terrible. Terrible. That's a good one. It sounds like horrible or terrible, but it's terrible. Yes. One results for terrible. Intense, sharp, overmasting fear. To be frantic with terror. Oh yeah, the snow. Gosh. So, my mind just can't contain one thought at a time. It needs all of them. And then it has to pick which one it was on last, and it's really hard to figure out, to sort through the files of my brain to figure out which one was the last used. This happens to me a lot. I need like a database for my brain. Anyway, so the snow and the not having to deal with it, and oh, for Christmas this year, I got an electric scraper. Right? Now you might be thinking, what is this electric scraper? Is it something that you hold in your hand and that the scraper comes out of it and then it scrapes? That would be cool. But no, this one is electric in the way that it heats up and melts the ice, supposedly. But you have to plug it in. So this is what I see wrong with this picture. You have to plug it in to your car still. Your car door has to be open or window cracked while you're heating up your car. The purpose of even scraping, well, it's to get the ice off, but it's also so your car warms up inside while you're outside freezing. Scraping, you have this thought that, you know, the good thing is that soon, when I've done all this shoveling and scraping, I'm going to sit in my car and it's going to be toasty and warm. But if you have to crack a window or a door to get the cord out, from your scraper. I don't know. And I'm a big fan of my old scraper, which happens to be long, so, you know, I can reach across my window and or my roof or whatever I need. And it has a brush on the other side, so I can get the snow off first. So this is my entertaining video.
There's a war inside of me. Do I cause a new heartbreak to write a new broken song? Do I push it down or let it run me right?